Abramovich was asking me, who do you want for the striker? All the big names in Europe at that time. I told Drogba. And who is he? Where is he playing? Mr. Abramovich, pay and don't speak.
Not many footballers have an extraordinary story like Didier Drogba. Despite having a myriad of ways to score goals, Drogba had struggled with a lot of rejection. Even when he has proven his quality on the pitch, rejection remains something that continues to stick to him. Once upon a time, when one of the big European clubs wanted to sign him, the owner had never even heard his name. Drogba was so unknown that the deal almost fell through. Luckily, a Portuguese genius managed to sort everything out. Jose Mourinho, the man's nickname, has found the most terrifying monster that will soon rule Europe. Drogba was a brave African boy who had migrated to Europe, France to be precise, from the age of about 10. Nothing really scared him back then. If anything, then his dream of becoming a footballer would soon dispel it all. At the age of 19, Drogba's talent in playing football was already very visible. His name is already very fragrant in the lower division of French football. He scored goal after goal. Even in one season, he was able to score no less than 20 goals. Until 1997, his name was in demand by Paris Saint-Germain. Drogba heard that a representative of the club wanted to meet him and establish a partnership. Feeling very happy, Drogba eagerly arranged a meeting and arrived on that day. But unfortunately, just when Drogba was looking to make a deal with PSG management, he felt something strange. He felt played by the management of Les Parisiens. When Drogba was waiting to sign the contract that happened, PSG did not show his presence. Drogba also felt confused because he had to wait for a long time, after waiting for more than an hour. Drogba finally really realized that PSG was not serious about recruiting him. At that time, the agreement was cancelled because PSG did not send representatives to meet him at all. Drogba left and chose to sign a contract with Le Mans. The rejection received by Didier Drogba was not only present from clubs from France. Right in 2000, the London Arsenal team was reportedly interested in using his services. Representatives of the team at that time offered him to join at a cost of £100,000. But when Drogba was brought to see Arsene Wenger, the coach refused. Wenger said, if Drogba did not have the quality to be able to compete in the Premier League competition. Interestingly, from this refusal, Drogba's name actually skyrocketed in France. When he started joining the Guingamp team, he was able to show his great potential by packing 20 goals in 45 appearances. Only playing for 2 seasons with the team, Drogba was then recruited by Marseille. When none of the big teams wanted him, Jose Mourinho actually managed to see his talent. Mourinho's love for Drogba occurred in the 2003-2004 season. At that time, Mo was still listed as FC Porto coach who was scheduled to compete against Marseille in the European Champions League competition. In that match, the topic of Porto's victory over Marseille with a score of 3-2 did not really attract Mourinho's attention. What is there? Mo was actually dumbfounded by the action of one of the opposing players, number 11, who else if not Didier Drogba. In that match, Drogba managed to score 1 goal which Mourinho will never forget. Mo said, Didier Drogba started coming into my life in the European Champions League match held at Stade Veldrum. He celebrated like it was the last goal he scored. The crowd noise was incredible. But Mourinho's love for Drogba at that time was hindered by money. To the point that Mo asked Drogba, did the player have a brother who looked like him or not? Then the answer that came out of Drogba's mouth made Mourinho fall in love with the player even more. One day, you will be in a club that will be able to buy me. Drogba said to Mourinho with a smile. Sure enough, in that season, Jose Mourinho managed to bring Porto to win the European Champions League. Seeing the genius shown by Mourinho, Roman Abramovich, who had just acquired a majority stake in Chelsea, immediately assigned management to recruit the special one. Without lingering, Mourinho officially joined Chelsea, which is known to have extraordinary financial strength. When he first set foot at Stamford Bridge, Mourinho was given the freedom by Abramovich to create his own dream squad. Then, much to the Russian billionaire's surprise, Mourinho mentioned Didier Drogba. Abramovich couldn't believe it when he could have given Mourinho the money to buy a player of Ronaldinho's caliber. But what was Mourinho's answer? Just pay and don't say much. Finally, Abramovich was willing to spend £24 million to bring in the striker Mourinho asked for. But the beginning of Drogba's journey at Stamford Bridge was very difficult. Drogba felt a lot of incompatibility, to the point of wanting to return to France. Drogba wanted to be in a place where he was considered a king, getting attention at every game and being the sole focus of the fans. However, Mourinho told Drogba that he would indeed be king there. But that did not prove his quality at all. Because he was the only great player. Unlike Chelsea where there are many quality players. Responding to this, Mourinho at that time said, "Yes, here there are as many as 22 kings. Go play with them or leave this place and never come back. But if you decide to return to Marseille, then enjoy the place you consider comfortable. Where you are a king among players who are not at the same level as you." Hearing Mourinho's words at that time, Drogba was embarrassed and determined to prove that he would be the king of kings. Sure enough, under the guidance of Jose Mourinho, Drogba managed to defeat himself. He chose to stay and continue to fight for the best place of the best. Drogba emerged as a monster in the Premier League. Not even a single striker was able to shift his place at that time. Drogba advanced with a record number of goals and won a number of trophies. Not only in local competitions, Drogba even helped bring Chelsea to become King of Europe. For everything he managed to achieve with Chelsea, Didier Drogba admitted that until whenever he would continue to be grateful to the figure of Jose Mourinho. "He has changed my life. He has also changed my family's life." He said, "If I want to be the best, then I have to join one of the best teams trained by the best manager."